And he's been lying repeatedly through the years about the very reason he attacked Iraq. He says Saddam Hussein didn't let the inspectors in. Meanwhile, we know Saddam Hussein let the inspectors in.
The first inspections began on November 27th.
And these pundits play along with this?
Then you create a story to match that, call it whatever you want to call it. I call it misleading, I call it lying, I call it making stuff up. I stand by that. But to the education piece, though. But one last point, Joe. But Joe, to the education piece, this is why the education issue is so important.
You said he created the narrative. He didn't create the narrative.
Yes, Joe. Bush created the narrative claiming Saddam didn't let the inspectors in, which is a lie. We're expected to believe Bush has no intention to mislead when he quotes from Blix's January report to the UN, but leaves out what Blix himself said was the most important point. Bush left out that Blix later said Iraq has on whole cooperated rather well so far with the inspectors. The most important point to make is that access has been provided to all sites we have wanted to inspect, and with one exception, it has been prompt. If Bush has no intention to mislead, why does he omit two subsequent Blix pre-invasion reports from his book? The two reports Blix made to the UN Security Council after the one Bush cites show Iraq cooperating with the inspectors and the inspectors finding no significant evidence that Hussein was hiding weapons of mass destruction programs.
Here's what I mean by lie. The facts of what they told the American people juxtaposed against what we know now don't square.
Well,
but if you don't want to call that a lie,
that's not a lie. That's not a lie. That was it's a mistake. It's a massive intelligence failure, but
just sticks in my craw. Every time I hear them say it's an intelligence failure, it's intelligence. This was a policy failure.
How could anyone honestly say, oh, I relied on pre-war intelligence, when before the war, the intelligence was debunked? Our intelligence agencies said to the inspectors who were in there searching in Iraq, they said, check this out, check this out, check this out. And the UN inspectors said, this is junk. There's nothing here. And they had word from other sources that there were no weapons. Here's two examples. One of the examples Colin Powell used in order to support the case that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, yet the source explicitly said all the weapons were destroyed. That's devious. Here's President Bush on Oprah, once again repeating his big lie.
Which was strange because I made it clear that let the inspectors in or else we'll remove you from power. And he didn't believe me, sadly.
He's continued telling that lie for years. Apparently that was the hope. What they wanted war, and the plan was Saddam Hussein wouldn't let the inspectors in, and that would provide the pretext. One of the creeps that is given a position of power to advise these presidents admits in his book that that was the plan, that they would trap Saddam Hussein by him refusing to let the inspectors in, and then President Bush would have his excuse. Saddam did let the inspectors in, but Bush has decided to pretend that Saddam didn't let the inspectors in, and the media has allowed him to get away with it.
What's wrong?
We've got a sick-minded media that we have to overcome. Please, in addition to subscribing and using the feature of emails from YouTube, you can join the Representative Press email list to keep you up to date on political actions and every release of the new videos. Join along with over 1,800 other people who have joined to give this channel a boost. We're going to boost this platform until it's unbearable for the powers that be. There'll be a tipping point when the lies are exposed to such a degree that it won't be possible for them to continue with business as usual. Let's build this platform up big. Join with me and let's get this boosted into public discourse on a large scale. That's why I ask you to join the email list. There's more power in watching videos as fast as I upload them. And there's more issues that I'm going to get into too.